Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Diamond, also known as Diamond Denise here. And if you're new to my channel, which we have a lot of new people, thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. Thank you so much for just, you know, finding my channel interesting enough to subscribe. I am so happy you're here. And if you are not new, as always, thank you for being so loyal. I appreciate you guys so much. I know I have missed 2 uploads and I'm here to tell y'all how I've really been feeling. Let's just go ahead and get into this video. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I wanted to upload, but I felt like I really couldn't upload because it just really, I didn't really feel good about promoting how to do a wash and go. Well, couldn't do that with braids anyway, but you know, showing you guys things when we are literally in the middle of a racial divide. And so it was tough. I couldn't even pull myself together to like really create content. Like I was in a place, not like a depressed place or like a saddened place, but I was just so overwhelmed with what was going on in our world. Literally, we're in the middle of history. If you do not know that, now you know. So yeah, like I just recently, I got ready, got dressed and everything, and I went to a protest that was in my city. I've told you guys before, I live in a city that's not very diverse, so I was really surprised that we even had a protest going on in our city. And man, that protest was so encouraging, because number one, to see that in this area, but number two, just to be around people that believe in your life, that are telling you that your life matters, that stand with you and everything you're going through. Young, old, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, like literally every single person you could think of was out there. And that, like, I almost wanted to cry because we don't see that. A lot of us go into jobs where we don't even feel that. But the problem comes when you're around people that are not educated. And I'm not saying the people I'm around are not educated, but I'm speaking from my experiences. I'm speaking from my journey. I mean, my life as a black woman. Like at the end of the day, I'm a black woman before all of this stuff. I'm a child of God. I'm a black woman. I'm a black child of God. But I also have a lot of other hats that I wear. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a creative, I'm prosperous, I'm bold, I'm a lot of things. I am a businesswoman, I am a speech language pathologist. I'm a lot of other things. I wear a lot of hats. And for me, it's important for me to be around people that understand that, because if you're around people that really don't value your life, it's tough. It's tough. And seeing what's going on in the world right now is tough. It's heavy. It's heavy for every single person. I know it is. And how do we really navigate it? Well, I don't necessarily have the answer to how to really navigate it, but I think it's important for us to figure out what we can do right now in our own areas, in our own community. If you are a white person, I think it's important for you to start to pull back those layers, educate yourself, learn about your biases, learn about yourself, learn about where you stand in the community, and stand within the black community right now. Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you not really care? Are you worried about your, you know, we've all seen the metaphors. Are you behind your picket white fence and you don't see any houses around you burning, so this issue doesn't really affect you, so you don't have anything to say about it? I think it's important for us not to just be, oh, I'm not racist, I don't do anything racist, but I need you to be more, I need you to be anti-racist. That's the thing that we need to do. You need to use your voice. You need to step out. You need to check the people around you. As black people, we also need to educate ourselves, because there was a lot of things that you know, terminology that started coming out and other things that I had to look at myself like, dang, like I need to educate myself as well. and I need to learn how to navigate this. I think for us as Black people within our different work environments, we sometimes don't really speak up when people microaggress us or different things of that nature. But I've learned even in this past week, because I've literally experienced microaggression ×3 in one day, and I was just overwhelmed. I couldn't take it, but at the same time I was like, dang, that took me all the way off guard. And I'll go into more detail about that in another story, but I think it's important for us to really learn and become super confident and bold in ourselves and learn how we can stand up for ourselves. In the incident, I did end up handling it kind of in a way, sent a letter that actually led to me being asked to be on a diversity team that my hospital is building, and I think that's a great start, but that it's just that, a start. It's time for us to also just be encouraged to, you know, really know who you are and value your Blackness. Our Black is beautiful, we know that, but now it's time to not let anybody else step over our beautiful Blackness. Is it hard? Yup. I mean, I just told y'all I let people step over me, but I think that we have to encourage each other, and we have to navigate this together. We can't do it alone. It's hard. For so long we've dealt with it, and it's hard to navigate this alone. It's hard when you feel like you're alone as well. So that's been the biggest thing on my heart from this, personally. But I'm kind of learning that there's other things that I need to do as well. There's other places and ways that I can be more involved even where I am now. And I think it's important. I can't really say what that is for you, but I'm sure there's something you can do right now at your job, at your church, in your community, in your neighborhood, on your street. There are things that you can do. You don't have to sit here and start a whole, you know, program or foundation, but there's things you can do now. I'm really heavy on, you know, putting out information and also standing up for the Black community in the speech language pathology world, which is a career, that path that I chose, and I love it. But there was a lot of things going on with that, so I was dealing with that as well, as those were unfolding across social media heavily. If you're SLP, you follow the speech language pathology way, the SLP way rather, on Instagram, you'll get all those details there. And you definitely want to follow, because I have t-shirts are dropping, y'all, within this week. So go follow, subscribe, like, everything you do so you can be notified when t-shirts drop. Black speech pathologists matter, Black audiologists matter, Black speech assistants matter. Like, we Black people, Black lives matter in every field. Black lawyers, Black whatever you are, you matter. So we gotta find what we can do in our areas. That's what I want to encourage us to do, guys. What can you do now? What can you move now? What table can you shake right now? Because it needs to be shaken. It's waiting for you to shake it up. Me personally, it's like a lot of violence going on, you know. I see a lot with, you know, a lot of the cops doing a lot of this, a lot of everybody doing a lot of everything, really. And I am 100% for the Black lives. The brutality that cops continue to display is disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And I hear people say, oh, some cops are good. You know what? They are, but it's very, very hard to see when you have a lot of cops that misuse the system, abuse the system, abuse their rights, abuse people's rights. It's really hard to see that there are some good cops. I'm not saying there aren't, but it's hard to see. You know, when I have a bad experience at a restaurant, wherever it's at, and maybe I'll go again, I'm done with that restaurant no matter what state I go in. You know, if I have a bad experience with this drink that I bought in Florida, this soda. It was so disgusting. And maybe I try it again, but I keep having bad experiences with that soda. Wherever I go, I'm not touching that soda again because I have a bad experience with that soda. And that's the thing with a lot of people, the black community, black people. We have a lot of bad experience with cops. We have a lot of bad experiences with white people. We have a lot of bad experience, period. And a lot of us have been traumatized from cops, from white people, from people that constantly discriminate against us, that constantly treat us wrong because of the color of our skin, something we cannot change, something we cannot even change. And I was talking to my friend the other day, and she made a great point, and she said, you know, we're, even as Christians, we love, we do all these things, and it's like we're the only people that have to still show love when we don't get love. We have to be there for people when they're not there for us. Growing up, I've heard so many stories. I've experienced incidents where people can treat you dirty, but you don't need to do nothing back to them. It's like, be on your best behavior. Don't give them anything don't give them a reason to say anything to you. Even if they do something wrong to you, do right. That's what the Bible says anyway, period. Turn the other cheek. But there's really no but. That's what the word says, period. However, I do know that that's hard. It's traumatizing when you've experienced so much negativity, pain, stab. It's hard to just open up to people. It's hard to, you know, trust, which is why a lot of black people don't. Over 400 years, we have not been able to trust a government, or trust a world, trust people that are supposed to be for us, that pretend to be for us, that claim to be for us, that write that they for us, but show us a whole nother side. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And I'm gonna do some more videos about this and talk about some things because I've addressed them on other social medias, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it out over here. And we're gonna talk about some terminology that's used. But y'all, we all have to do better. We all have to do better. And I mean, if you silent right now, we already know what side you're on. So right now is not the time to be silent. Right now is not the time to step back. You know, your patients are black, your coworkers are black, your friends are black, the people around you are black. So what you silent for? I don't get that. That is what I don't get. I think a lot of people don't really want to address reality. They want to kind of pretend like, oh, it's not really going on, or oh, you know, I don't really have to deal with it. That's privilege. You have the privilege to say, I'm not going to have that discussion. I'm not going to really bring it up to my children right now because I don't think it's appropriate. I don't want to talk about that. That's privilege. And a lot of people really aren't paying attention to what's really going on. They're not really, I feel like Instagram right now is almost like the news. Everybody says that, but Instagram has a lot of great information, a lot of great people on it. And I'm going to share some other resources here on YouTube too. But, you know, we gotta look in the mirror. We gotta look in the mirror. America needs to look in the mirror because it's ugly. It's ugly the way blacks have been treated time after time after time again. Someone asked me at a protest, they said, hey, do you think that this protest is going to really promote the change? No, I don't. I think protests are great. I think protests can definitely help make the moves. I think that protests definitely help get things started. I think that protests are very encouraging, but what we do behind closed doors is what is going to matter. How we really treat people when we leave the protest is what's going to matter. How we choose to hire people on our jobs is what's going to matter. What laws we choose to pass and don't pass is what's going to matter. How we vote is what's going to matter. So before this video gets too long, one thing that I'm doing, and I would love for you guys to join me. If you want to join me, make sure you put in the comments below that you are definitely going to join. Follow my Instagram page because I'm going to post some things on there. I'm going to start a 30-day journal, and it's going to be called How Is Your Heart? It starts June 19th. It starts June 19th because we free. It's gonna be a journal book, or it's not really a book. I might make it into a book one day, but we're just gonna start it off. It's called How Is Your Heart? And every day for the next 30 days, I'm gonna have a prompt and we're gonna write about how we feel. We're gonna address some things. This is for everybody. This is for Black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, green, orange, blue, pink. It's for you. How is your heart? I really want to dissect my heart, and I want us all to dissect our hearts, like literally, and I want us to write about it, because when we write about it, that's power right there. So 30 days journaling. How is your heart? And then after 30 days, I'll come back and I'll share some things, and hopefully you guys have shared things with me via Instagram, social media, so we can like come back and have a conversation, and maybe I'll do like a live on my Instagram page. So if you do not follow me, follow me. Don't follow me, follow me, don't follow me. Follow me on The Diamonds and Denise on Instagram, and you'll have a link to everything you need to know. Go on my stories. I'm gonna create a story starting June 19th. Journal prompt, how is your heart? And we're gonna dissect this, okay? We're gonna talk about it, because we're gonna deal with things. And these questions are gonna be questions that really open up your mind about things you're dealing with, get them off your chest, and help you see yourself and how you interact with other people. Like, I'm really, really excited about this, because I truly believe when you take the time to journal through things and open up about them, answers can be answered. Yourself can be revealed to yourself. I'm a Christian woman, so this is gonna some of it's gonna definitely be faith-based topics too. And if if you're not a Christian, whatever, the topics aren't gonna be like, how do you feel about God? So it's not gonna be really targeted in that manner, but they are really gonna help us dissect what is going on and how we feel right now in the midst of this pandemic ×2, okay? In the midst of this virus that people don't want to really talk about, in the midst of what we are going through right now in this world. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. Everything in the description box below. Like this video, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, and Black Lives Matter. I never wanna see you stressing.